Welcome, Badass Manifester. I am so glad you are here. I'm your host and head coach, Ashley Gordon, master mindset and manifestation biz expert, founder of the Quantum Coaching certification, and multiple six-figure entrepreneur obsessed with empowering you to create quantum leaps in your energy, your life, and your business. This is the show to help you make magic your everyday normal, where the ripple effect is real and the guest experts are world class. My mission is to power your conscious and subconscious mind with manifestation teachings, business tools, and coaching techniques to put your potential into action. Consider this your weekly up level. Are you ready for quantum transformation? Let's do this. Do I have a training for you? Okay. What you're about to hear is a training that I led on a really top podcast. It's called the $100 MBA podcast. And I'm like, you know what? This is such a good training. I can't believe I've never shared this with my community. So today you are going to get, I believe it's like a 25-minute training that you're going to want to take notes on or come back and listen to again when you can take notes. And it's all about how to create the most transformational coaching programs on the face of the planet. And this content is so good, I kind of want to put it inside of QCA. And this is for you too, even if you're not a coach yet, okay? This is for general space holding, or if you ever want to hold, circles with friends, or if you ever want to bring this into your corporate environment, you'll get something out of this, 1000%. Before we dive into the episode and you hear this training, I do want to remind you of something really important. Become the Dream Coach Masterclass is back. I am leading a free live 90-minute experience, and I will be sharing the 3 secrets that helped me and so many hundreds of others shift from dreaming of becoming a coach to living the dream as a wildly successful world-class coach. So you will have 3 chances to catch me showing you exactly what I mean when I say I feel like you should become a life coach. I really am so excited about this. So if you're ready to learn the exact tools and techniques that you need to run powerful coaching sessions so that you could step fully into your big coach energy, deliver massive value, and facilitate deep transformation with your clients to go quantum in your coaching, even if you're brand new, this masterclass is for you. It's completely free, and it really is for someone who's dreaming of becoming a coach, side hustle coaches, full-time coaches seeking bigger dreams, because your coaching business, your dream coaching business, it's not going to manifest out of thin air. You have to make it happen. And I'm here to say, let's do this now. We don't have time to waste. So when you join the Become the Dream Coach Masterclass, you will have that fire lit under your butt. I don't do fluffy masterclasses. This is like tactical coaching information that you'll use to feel more confident in your coaching now. I'm going to be revealing 3 major secrets to help you live this dream. Secret number 1, the actual secret ingredient to building your 6- and 7-figure coaching empire. Secret number 2, the 5 biggest mistakes new and not so new coaches make in sessions and how to avoid them. Secret 3, you could coach anyone on anything by focusing on this one thing. Everyone is so concerned about finding their niche. Forget about your niche. Forget about who your ideal client is. You don't need that for this masterclass, okay? This is going to help you learn how to coach anyone on anything. So if you're ready to dream bigger, let's freaking go. I just want to say that when you sign up for this, and I'm sure this is not the first free thing that you signed up for online, but when you sign up for this, just know that you are setting an intention in motion. And where there is intention in motion, there is magic. So as you type your name and email in to register for this class, I want you to just know that your heart is leading you, and I am so excited to guide you through this journey. So click the link below or just DM me on Instagram at thequantum.coach. DM me the word dream coach and I will send you everything you need to get enrolled now. Hello, everyone. I am so freaking excited. My name is Ashley Gordon, and I'm pumped that you are joining me today because today we are going to do a deep dive into how to create the most transformational coaching program to ever exist. Yes, I'm so excited. This is my jam, and I can't wait to deep dive into this with you. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Yes, I bring the vibes too. Okay, let's kick it off by starting with understanding what is a transformational coaching program and what is not, right? So a non-transformational coaching program, it gives you information versus a transformational program, it helps you become something that you weren't before. So imagine you go through a program and you invest in yourself, hoping that your life will change in some capacity. Your business will grow, your health will improve, your relationships will expand. And you come out on the other side of that program where you now know something that you didn't know before. And through that journey, you emerge with newfound knowledge that expands your understanding, rather than helping you shift your identity to become who you really want to be. And that's what transformation is about. It's about helping you change at an identity level to actually become that version of yourself. And what's that quote? Knowledge is power, right? And so if you're going through a non-transformational coaching program, you might have a lot of knowledge. And knowledge is definitely powerful, right? Yet, how much more powerful would it be when that knowledge then becomes embodied? Because a lot of us know a lot of things and we can take a lot of programs to learn a lot of different things and we can become very, very knowledgeable. But having a transformational coaching program is about helping your students take that knowledge and embody it and express it out into the world. I know I have personally invested in so many programs that I didn't fully finish because it felt like it was too hard to commit to, or maybe I didn't feel like I got the full effects because I felt disconnected from the way the content was delivered, or I felt disconnected from the person, the coach, the facilitator who was delivering that content. Anyone ever experienced this? I don't think it's just me. And it's probably because that coach and course creator did not have my 3-step quantum transformation method to follow when they created their program and process. So I'm so excited because in today's training, we are going to cover my 3-step quantum transformation method to help you create the most effective, successful transformational programs. And I'm going to give you the 5 biggest mistakes to avoid to make your coaching even more powerful. You're going to want to take notes. And at the very, very end, I'm going to give you a bonus tip for scaling your coaching business. Okay, let's dive in. The quantum transformation method is a 3-step method. And when I use the word quantum, what I mean is that when we are holding a coaching program, we are holding it in the field of unlimited possibilities for our students, for our clients to be able to have the most transformational experience. And I teach my coaches inside of my coaching certification program that when we have a client come in, especially if they are in a place that they're hurting or they're stuck or they feel very lost in their life, our program is meant to hold them in the vision that they have for their life while also being able to meet them exactly where they are to give them what they need right now. So here are the 3 steps. Step 1, create a quantum process. Step 2, create a quantum experience. And step 3, create quantum connection. And all of these 3 together, having quantum process, experience, and connection, it equals quantum transformation. So I'm going to dive into these. Let's go into number 1, creating a quantum process. So you want to have a solid framework, process, method, all words are interchangeable, for the transformation that you're providing inside of your program. So you want to know where your ideal client is starting on their journey, where they're coming into your program, and where you are taking them. What is their ideal goal, dream scenario, and then figuring out what is the pathway to get them from point A to point Z. I like to think of my program as a container, okay? And the container is the space that holds the process. It's the process that takes the client through the transformation, and then inside the process is the content, and then inside the content is the materials. And the container also holds the vision of the program, the vibe of the program, and the energy inside of the program. So an example that illustrates a really powerful method and framework is one that I can take right out of the Quantum Coaching Academy, which is our certification program. Inside of our program, we have a process called the RRR process. It stands for release, rewire, and receive. So that's the overarching framework. And so if you think about the goal for a coaching certification, right? Speaking of how to take your clients from A to Z, the goal is for them to learn how to take their clients through a powerful transformation. And under the RRR process, we give them the exact tools they need to do that. Under each of those pillars, there are coaching tools and techniques to actually help their clients go through a powerful release, and coaching techniques to work with the subconscious mind for them to rewire. So under each of those pillars, there's a bunch of coaching tools and processes that they would need to facilitate the RRR process. And then under receive, the same thing, tools to help them with manifestation and their goals and their outcomes and dropping things into their future timeline. So hopefully you see in that example that having that method and framework is really the structure that you're taking your students through that holds all the content to make their experience make sense, and for the transformation to make sense, and for the transformation to take place. And the why behind the value in a process and a method to take your clients through is a lot of times course creators just take all of their ideas and they just start creating content around their ideas, and they upload it into a portal of some sort or deliver it in a way that doesn't really make a lot of sense. And so for you, you want to start with figuring out that overall journey of transformation. What is that process and that framework that you could take people through? Maybe it's a 3-step process, maybe it's a 5-step process, but this is what is going to make your program stand out, because this is your unique proprietary method and process. And then once you have that overall transformation figured out, take all of your notes of all of that content that you probably have outlined in your notes app right now on your phone, and you plug it in under each pillar of the process where it makes the most sense. You with me? Okay, let's go into step number 2. Step number 2 is quantum experience, creating experiences for your students, creating that white glove experience, right? Having a beautiful client experience helps your students feel safe in your container. And what does safety create? It creates the ability for them to really feel comfortable coming undone and going all in. So setting up that clear experience also has a lot to do with having really solid ground rules, really solid pre-frames, and solid expectations of how you would like your students to show up and what they can expect from you as their coach. So don't be afraid to ask your students from the jump. You want them to show up at their 100%, whatever that looks like for them. And it's also helpful to set ground rules, to discuss confidentiality, to discuss the commitment, and for you to think of the most common questions that you might get asked along the way that a student may want to have answers to as they go through the program. And I want you to answer those questions at the very start of the program before they can even think to ask them. When you do that, it's going to create a very clear experience for your students. And when a client has a very clear experience, it becomes very easy for them to know how to execute on the course. Something I like to say at the beginning of a program too is if there's any confusion and there's questions that are coming up, that's all very normal, and it's a normal part of learning something and experiencing something brand new. So we welcome that. And what that pre-frames for the students is that you're going to have questions, and this is a safe space for you to ask them and get the answers that you need, instead of them getting confused and shutting down and not completing the journey that they wanted to take with you. Another note on that is you just want to pay close attention to the questions that you get asked over and over again as you run the program, because that's how you're going to refine these rules, these expectations, these frequently asked questions for each time you run the program. And the biggest point I want to make about creating quantum experiences is actually taking your students through an experience, not just teaching. There is a difference between teaching and coaching. Teaching holds value and holds its place, and coaching is what actually helps your clients shift their subconscious at an identity level into who they want to be, to embody that new version of themselves, which is actually why they signed up for your program. And so this part about creating experiences is about being a really powerful coach. I always say, if you're going to be a coach, be a really freaking good coach. This industry is growing so rapidly and it's up leveling to new heights every single day. And what makes people stand out is being really amazing at their craft. And so being amazing at their craft is going to allow you to have the skills and the techniques in your toolbox to be able to take them through transformational experiences inside of your coaching program. So yes, you might have pre-recorded content in a portal that is your teachings, and then you might also have live calls that are hot seat coaching, and pairing that with powerful coaching modalities and techniques that you're actually taking them through an actual experience. It is going to be such a game changer for your students. Being highly trained in your craft is so important to create that safety and be able to hold the emotions that come up, be able to hold the beliefs that people come to you with in your program, be able to help them shift out of those beliefs, because that's really what we're working with here. We're working with the energy, the thoughts, the beliefs around whatever their challenge is, whatever their problem is. Because if they can shift the energy, the beliefs, the thoughts, and the identity, bingo, that's where your quantum transformation comes in, which is the perfect setup for step number 3 in the quantum transformation method. And step number 3 is creating quantum connection. Quantum connection becomes easy when you're doing steps 1 and 2. It's almost effortless. And there are some tools that you can utilize inside of the program to make it even more accessible for that connection to be made. Because when connection is made and community is made inside of your container, that is another huge catalyst for transformation. I find a huge pain point for a lot of coaches inside of their programs is that the energy kind of dies off after the first couple weeks. And in order to keep it alive, you have to use the tools that are available. I find it's so powerful to create accountability and success partners, partnering with community inside the portal. So if you have a community Facebook group, or you have any sort of platform where they can keep the conversation going outside of your meetings and outside of the actual course content, that is going to be such an opportunity for you to create engagement posts where you can say, just as an example, write 3 things that you're grateful for today and 1 thing that you want to take action on, and tag your accountability partner. And so when they tag their accountability partner, that prompts them to also answer the question. So now everyone's engaging and interacting in the group. Now, of course, you're going to change the engagement post based on your program and what fits the needs of your program. But I find that that's really, really powerful. Another thing with creating community is utilizing the tools that are available inside of the platform that you are choosing to host your programs on. For example, we do a lot of work inside of Zoom. And so I use breakout rooms like it's my job, because when I put people in breakout rooms, they're deeply connecting with each other. And so people oftentimes feel overwhelmed when they have to share in a bigger group. And so if you break it down into smaller groups or even pairs and break them out into breakout rooms, it becomes much more comfortable for people to share and feel safe, and then come back to the main room and share the biggest takeaways and aha moments. But having people share their experience with each other creates massive connection, and connection is a catalyst for transformation. And that is the quantum transformation method. It is going to help you make the most epic powerful, impactful, transformational coaching programs. I'm so excited for you to implement this method. And now I'm going to share with you the 5 biggest mistakes you might be making in your coaching. And this is just going to help you up-level your coaching in such a massive way. There are common archetypes that we take on in our coaching role that you want to avoid at all costs. Number 1 is the assumer. Number 2 is the fixer. Number 3 is the filler. Number 4 is the avoider. And number 5 is the advice giver. Anyone do any of those? So the assumer already believes they know the answer for their clients. They're steering their questions versus guiding. Assumers often filter their own personal experience into the coaching container and relationship. So you want to stay away from assuming that you know the answer for your clients. Very important. Your clients have all the answers within themselves. Number 2, being a fixer. A fixer is someone who jumps to accountability and skips over the other steps, right? Your client comes in, they have a lot to say, they're going through something, and you're like, okay, how can we fix this, right? And you might think that as a fixer, people are broken. You might think that your client needs serious help, right? And you might also get caught up in the client's problem and story. And remember, we're not coaching their problem or their story. We're coaching the energy, the thoughts, the beliefs that they have around the problem, okay? So stay out of fix-it mode. Number 3, filler. Fillers, they don't leave space for the client to have a discovery, and they don't know how to hold the space, right? Fillers are often uncomfortable with silence, and they don't let their powerful questions land. So if there's a long pause and your client's thinking a lot, the filler is ungrounded and just wants to fill that space up, and usually they don't stop talking. So if you're a filler, your work is to really take the pause and let it land. Then we have the avoider, number 4. The avoider tends to ignore and avoid the client's deeper emotions as they arise. They don't know what to do with those emotions, and they don't know how to help them process in that moment. The avoider may be someone who is emotionally turned off themselves, and they don't know where to go, so they just skip over. So for example, if someone's coming to you and they're saying that they're just feeling not good enough or they don't feel worthy enough, an avoidant coach doesn't know how to help their clients process their emotions in a masterful way. And so there are ways around that. And of course, it goes back to being, an expert at what you do. And the last thing to avoid in your coaching is being the advice giver. An advice giver is someone who can't truly hold space for the client because they're constantly telling them what they think is best for them. An advice giver operates from their opinion, and they act more like a friend who is trying so hard. And when you're coaching and you're working with your clients, whether you're on a one-on-one basis or in a group setting, when you're working too hard as a coach, you are working too hard. And a lot of times we make these 5 big mistakes in coaching because we want our clients to have a really powerful experience. And sometimes that feels like a lot of pressure on us and a big responsibility on us. And so this is your permission to take the responsibility off of your shoulders, to trust in the process of transformation, that your client has all the answers within them, that they are the expert at their life, and your job never to give them the answer, but to coach them to discover it for themselves. And that, my friends, is the secret and power to creating the most successful transformational coaching programs possible. So to recap, the quantum transformation method: 1, creating a quantum transformational process; 2, creating quantum experience; and 3, creating that quantum connection. And all of that together equals your quantum transformation. And remember those 5 big mistakes that we just went over to avoid in your coaching so that you can step into what I like to call your big coach energy. Being the most confident coach in the room is that energy that naturally magnetizes success to you. And here's your bonus tip for scaling your coaching business. Are you ready? You're going to hear all kinds of hacks, tricks, tips about scaling, but nothing is as powerful as the tried and true basics. So here it is. The number 1 way to create a 6 and 7 figure coaching empire is to be a world-class coach and facilitate quantum transformations over and over and over again. Because when you are highly skilled at getting your clients results, the results will market your business for you. Here's the thing: no amount of marketing or sales tactics can compete with actual genuine success of your clients. Because you could be the best marketer in the world, but remember this, not everyone will be the best marketer while also being committed to being the best possible coach. And that is the key. So how valuable would it be for you right now to up-level your coaching craft and skill set? I have a free gift for you. I would love to gift you the Big Coach Energy Toolkit. It is a toolkit to help you up-level your coaching right now. There's a Quantum Coach video training. There's a must-have checklist. There's reflection prompts to elevate your coaching skills to the next level. And you can get it right now at quantumcoachco.com/quantumcoachchecklist. This has been so much fun. I hope that you got everything you needed and more from today's episode. If you want to continue learning about the power of transformation, coaching, and even up-leveling through a certification, I can't wait to connect with you. You can find me on Instagram at thequantum.coach. It has been so much fun. Again, thank you for having me. Woo! We did some work today. Thank you so much for listening. You know I love my BAM fam. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who you know would love it too, because we live for the ripple effect over here. And how can you best support the show? Make sure you're subscribed, hit the 5 stars, and leave a review on iTunes, and let me know how the podcast has impacted you. I love being part of your real-time journey, so screenshot the episode and tag me and my guests on Instagram at Manifest with Ash. Now say it with me. I am my own power source. I am the master of my own energy, and I deserve everything that I desire. We don't just talk about it over here, we be about it. Now go get 'em.